Good evening, guys. Hope you had a good day. It's been cracking out there today. Not that we've been able to do too much of it because we've been sat behind our computers. However, it's nice to see the sun shining. Right, guys, what we're going to do this evening then is a sausage and sweet potato mash. All right. If you have a quick look in here, I've already peeled and diced up most of my potato. Just for demonstration purposes, I've kept one back, which I'll dice up in a minute, and we'll get that on to boil. That'll be the first thing we get going. Right, then I'm going to get some oil into my pan. We're going to get our sausages going, okay? Lots of different sausages you can use, guys. Butcher's, real good quality sausages if you can. Obviously, I know it's a little bit difficult at the minute. Chicken sausages we really like. These are just a caramelised onion, pork sausage, 100% pork sausage tonight. Okay, the other ingredients I've got then is some Coleman's English mustard. That's going to be for my gravy. Onion for my gravy. I've got a beef stock cube and some of your old gravy granules. Right, that's going to be my gravy side done. I've got some green beans to serve. I've got, also hang on a second, I've got a little bit of pale ale there to go into my gravy as well. Only 150 ml, which means the rest of it, 250 ml can be for me. And then we've got, like I said, sausages. We've got some whole grain mustard, that's going to go into our sweet potato mash, and a little bit of salt for seasoning. I'm going to grab some pepper as well in a second. So let's get that onto boil at the top. So if you're following us live, guys, and you haven't done that yet, don't panic. Get those potatoes peeled. I'm using sweet potatoes, but you can obviously use white potato. Sometimes what I'll do actually is do my sweet potato, and then I'll use one white potato, right, and I'll mix that in as well, and it just really makes the sweet potato nice and fluffy. Because as many of you would know, if you've used this before, it can be a little bit stringy, but we're going to whisk it as well. Okay, so that one's gone on to boil. I am going to just go and cube the rest of this one, just so you can see. Let's just push that from one side so you can see what I'm doing. So just so you can see the kind of size that I chopped that potato into just a minute ago. So that kind of size, guys, yeah, just nice little cubes. I could go half, go quarter. Half, they're only small. Right, so I went for about 4 potatoes there this evening because my potatoes were quite small. If you've got those particularly large ones that you can get sometimes, 2 will probably do for a family of 4. Don't need to cut that. Sorry. Talk to me. What are you saying? Camera lady's saying something to me, and she's trying to marry something, and I can't understand what she's trying to marry.
We need to put some chips in the oven for the fussy child.
We need to put some chips in the oven for the fussy child. Okay, not a problem. Right. So that one's gone on to boil. What I'll do is I'll just pop the lid on top of that. Yeah, look at that first time. In fact, let's just get some salt into that one. Just a little bit of seasoning into your water. That's going to come to the boil in a minute. So that Himalayan pink rock salt, sea salt, is just as good. Okay. So that one's going to go onto the boil. All we're going to do with this one then is just a little bit of oil. Now, not loads of oil. I just want enough to coat the bottom of the pan so that my sausages don't start sticking to it. All right. Sausages, as I'm sure most of you know, will release a fair bit of their own fat. All right. We'll try and drain off as much of that as possible. All right. So just enough oil, half that, just enough oil to coat the bottom of that pan. And I'll use a little bit of kitchen roll in a minute, which you've probably seen me do a fair few times, and just wipe that oil around. I just feel like it kind of reduces the whole thing down. Right, let's just take the ends. You might hear, guys, I've got the oven on in the background. Not only is that for the fussy eaters chips, but if I get to a point in a minute where these sausages are all nice and browned off on the outside, what I can do is just finish them off in the oven. All right, so I'm just going to cue those green beans up. It's going to take the tops off. Oh, I missed one. Come here. Okay, so I'll roughly do 4 handfuls. Okay, so that's a portion for one lot. Just a nice small handful. If you want to go for more, go for more. No reason why you couldn't get other vegetables in with this meal tonight, guys. Broccoli would go quite nice with this one. Runner beans would go quite nicely with this one. Sometimes, I say the S word, we wilt off some spinach and get that into our mash as well. So lots of different variations you can do with it. Okay, so that's 2 portions. Okay, so that oil's just coming up now, look. So I'm just going to wipe that around before that starts to burn. Oh, look at that there.
No kitchen roll.
No kitchen roll. Okay, so I'm just going to take whilst the kitchen roll appears
Ta-da!
magically, just going to turn that down because you can probably see that's just starting to smoke that. So I'm going to take that down to about an 8, so a medium-high heat. Magically, kitchen roll appears. Okay, let's put that to one side. Okay, I'm just going to move that oil around the pan here. So I've just spread that oil around the pan, taking a bit of the excess away. Right, and then I'm going to go in with these sausages. Lovely. Get them bangers sizzling away. Okay, so I've got 2 packs. So I'm roughly going to serve 3 sausages per person. Again, for those that you've been following, odd numbers when we're serving food always looks aesthetically pleasing to the eye. We a lot of us eat with our eyes. Okay, so recap them. We've got 2 portions of green beans in so far. So that's the 3rd portion gone in. Let's just do 1 more portion. So just short of a bag there, guys, I've used between the 4 of us. Our sausages are on, they're sizzling away, and my sweet potato mash is also doing its thing. Anyone else really felt like going down and sitting in a pub beer garden today? I know I have. Okay. So, just going to pop some water in my steamer. How many of us have put the steamer on before and not had any water in the bottom of it? I wonder why the pan starts making funny noises. So a little bit of water in my steamer. You can boil those green beans, guys, if you like. We just like to use the steamer. It's really quick, keeps a load of the goodness and that in those sausages. Okay, so let's have a quick
Green beans.
recap. Yeah, sorry, not in the sausages, in the green beans. Right, green beans are ready. We'll put them on to steam right at the end, about 5 minutes, just before everything's all coming together. Sweet potatoes on the boil. Once that comes to the boil, I'll bring it down a little bit. I'll probably let that bubble away for about 5-10 minutes. So I'll drop my knife in to see what the potatoes are like. I want them kind of falling apart. We'll mash, we'll whisk. Sausages, we're just going to get a nice bit of colour on the outside of those. We might do the sausages in the pan for the full thing. However, I've got the oven on for the Fussy Boys chips and for and if I want to finish those sausages off. So let's just grab the pan. So we're like normal families. Look, we do have a bag of chips. For those of you that don't believe I have chips in the house, I know some of my clients, I think I eat chicken breast and broccoli every day.
Way too many.
Okay, so I think I'm quite capable of doing my oven chips, my love.
That's too many.
Whatever. Right. Next thing we're going to start on then is our gravy. Now I'm going to fry my onions for my gravy. However, you could boil them. Traditional onion gravy, people boil. I am going to use full onion. I'm going to use a little bit of butter. I could use that coconut oil, so if you haven't got butter, you're trying to avoid using butter for whatever reasons, then any sort of oil will be fine. But I'm just going to use butter because it's going to just add a nice bit of flavour to the onions in my gravy. Okay, so about a teaspoon. Oh no, I've used a tablespoon. It's about a teaspoon's worth of butter. I'm just going to pop that into the pan. Let's pop that to one side so we can see what's going on there. Okay, I'm just going to start getting some heat into that. Good if I turn on the right hob. I'm only going to turn it on to about a 7. Butter will burn quite quickly. Right, all I'm going to do with my onion then is 1 down through the middle. Okay, and then I'm just going to nice little slivers. Is everyone quite quiet again tonight, Hannah? Not really talking? Not asking things?
Don't know whether they're cooking along with you and concentrating.
Cooking along. Okay, so we've got, I'll post the ingredients up again tonight for tomorrow's, for the last one of the week. No, it's not actually the last one. What day are we on today?
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, so it is the last one of the week.
Yeah.
Go on, someone's saying something. What are they saying?
Yvonne Fitzpatrick says, could you drop a portion to Kevin Fitzpatrick and me, please? Because we're in the garden drinking wine instead of the beer garden.
Oh, I love it. Good for you too. Hold on. Joking aside though, there's always the sales pitch, isn't there? We do offer food delivery services. If you put your orders in before 8 o'clock this evening, you will get a delivery on Friday. I don't expect you to stay in the garden drinking wine until Friday, obviously. But our food delivery service prep is up and running.
Do you have a sausage and mash option?
We do have a chicken sausage and mash option, which my friend Alexis Rachel Collins ordered just on Wednesday this week. No, Monday this week. I popped over to see her and delivered her some. I know I got a photo of her empty Tupperware pot of salmon, her salmon and garlic sauce that she enjoyed. Talking of which, all our pots and yes, they are plastic because we trialled lots of different things, and the plastic, fortunately, was the best option. And some of the products out there that suggest they are recyclable actually aren't. So some of the things that you would think are better for the environment are actually not so good. My business partner Ben spent, I believe, 10 years in waste management and recycling. So he looked into this quite a lot, and these dishes, these pots that we are using are reusable, fully recyclable, and I've got it, stay out, and let's just turn that down a little bit, that sweet potatoes come right up. Yeah, and you can actually dishwash, it's dishwasher safe up to 20 times as well. So our packaging's, I think, really cool. Right, so onions gone in into that butter. So if you come and have a quick look, camera lady, you see how they're just getting a little bit of that nuttiness from the butter going in. Oh, the onions are doing me again. Okay, so I'm just going to let them fry away there for a minute. Okay, and then I'll start looking at all the other little bits that are going to go in. What we could do is get our beef stock up and going. So get your kettles on, guys, or you can just do it on the top if you want to just do it on the top. Right, we're going to go for, oh hello, Waspy. We're going to go for 500 ml, half a litre of beef stock. If you haven't got beef stock, use a different stock cube. Okay, improvise, adapt, overcome. Okay, so that onions, it's really, I don't want it to burn, I just want to keep softening it. Okay, let's move these sausages around. Oh, there we go. Have a quick look in on the sausages, getting some nice colour on those sausages. I want to try and colour them pretty much all the way around. Right, so the kettle's on. Let's crumble up our stock cube. Let's get that into my little Pyrex jug. Everyone's got one of those, haven't they? I'm just going to break that up. So I'm not going to add any more salt, guys. The only thing I've added salt to, you'll notice, is the water for the potatoes. Using stock cubes, as I've mentioned before, they're already quite salty, so I'm not going to add any more. Sometimes I would have seasoned my onions, but knowing that this was going in, it held back. Okay, there you go. So my stock cube just crumbled up. And we'll add the water to that in a second once it's come to the boil. Right, so keep an eye on these onions, guys. Don't let those onions burn. I want a little bit of colour on them, but I don't want them burning. Oh, they're looking good. Smelling good as well. Must be time to open that beer in a minute, surely. I need 150 ml of that. Okay. So let's just check your potatoes. Have a quick look at your spuds. Okay, so you can see how I've got enough water so it's covering them all. Right, if you have a quick look in here, I'll just do a little push on it. Yeah, it's not quite, yeah, I want that so it just breaks nice and easy. See, that's obviously still quite meaty. I want that to be nice and soft so it just whips up that mash into a nice soft mash. Right, let's have a little look here. Let's get oil away. Let's get green beans away. I like a tidy kitchen. So tomorrow we are doing garlic and ginger creamed leeks with salmon. A nice fish. If you haven't got salmon but you've got some nice cod or some nice lemon salt. There we go, guys. So just get a nice bit of colour into that. Any fish, in fact. Any fish. Halibut would be quite nice. Okay, we're just going to go with a piece of salmon tomorrow night. Garlic and ginger cream leeks. Nice bit of salmon, and I'm going to do like a herby crust, like a breadcrumb crust on top of that salmon. Okay, let's just move those sausages around again. Lovely. Yes, get a nice bit of colour on those now. You could do this. You could do the sausages all in the oven, guys. You could pop them in the oven 30 minutes, about 180, 200, and they'll be happy days. Right, so just waiting for that kettle. I think I put a little bit too much water in it. So as soon as that kettle's come up, we're going to go half the jug. Alright, we're almost up to the top. Okay, and then we're going to go with 2 tablespoons of the Bisto. Okay, what we want to achieve with this gravy is that it coats the back of the spoon, so if it's too loose, it's too watery, it's like dishwater, like someone likes to make their gravy, then we'll add a little bit more Bisto. If it's a little bit too thick, we'll simply add a little bit more water. It's that easy. Okay, let's just take those onions off the heat so they're not burning. Okay, so I'm just going to mix up that first. Right, let's go with 2 teaspoons of English mustard. Not essential, okay, but adds a nice bit of flavour to that gravy in my eyes. If you haven't got English but you've got a whole grain, go for a bit of whole grain. So there we go, look, let's just move, I'm going to move that mustard into those onions. Mustard and onions, come on. It's like tomato and basil, isn't it? Rum and coke.
Can you just confirm what sausages you're using? They missed it at the beginning.
Oh, God! I'm using onion in your eye sausages. I'm using caramelised red onion pork sausages this evening. However, as I mentioned at the start, for those that missed it, well, there's lots of different sausages in that out there. Just go for a good quality sausage, guys. I know it's a little bit difficult to get to your local butcher at the minute, but if your local butcher is delivering, using companies like Tesco's and Waitrose, yes, I have got a couple of bits here from them, but big companies like that, they're going to be alright. They're going to come through with this okay. However, that butcher that you've been meaning to use, have a little look online, see if he's offering a delivery service, and give him a shout. We had a good delivery the other day from Rich Turner's Butcher. He come around and deliver us some bits. Dave Barrett and the guys over at Tamar Fresh are delivering food boxes, fresh fruit and veg boxes out to people.
I think they're doing eggs and bread.
Yeah, eggs and bread, yeah, fantastic. So again, have a little look at those guys. Well, keeping an eye on some of the things that people are doing at the minute. Right, beer. Okay, 150 ml. That's about that. Believe me, this. Okay, oh, it's nice. So I'm going to move that ale just into there. Okay, and I'm just going to bring that back, get some heat into it. Oh, look at that, that's smelling good. Okay, so we've got that is on. We're going to start adding in a minute. Once I've reduced that beer down a little bit, we're going to start adding our stock, and then we're going to start adding our gravy granules to start thickening that up a little bit. Let's get rid of our mustard. We finished with that. Out of shot, out of mind. Get rid of our butter. We finished with that, guys. You could keep that butter back for a little bit in your potato if you wanted to give it that little bit of velvetiness. Is that a real word? If I just made it up?
I think you made it up.
Made it up. Okay, we've got double cream. Now, we had a question earlier on from a friend. Could I use yoghurt instead of double cream? Now, the cream is to go a little splash into the potatoes. I don't think yoghurt, natural or Greek yoghurt in the potato particularly goes. I'm all up for trying different things. However, I would suggest a little splash of milk to replace the cream would be absolutely fine. Again, it's not essential, right? This is all just to add a nice bit of flavour. And just to show you that actually, yes, so people might go, oh, cream, it's got fat in it. Yeah, it has. So is sausages. So are nuts. So is avocado. Alright guys, we need fat in our diets. Okay, and I'm not using excessive amounts of either butter or cream. And I know tomorrow morning I'm going to be doing a bicep and tricep session with dumbbells and abs at 9:30. And you're going to be there too after you've done your sweet potato mash this evening. Okay, let's have a little look at that mash whilst we're talking about it. Excuse me, let's have a little look. Still don't think that's quite there. But no, it's getting there. Let's see, much softer now, starting to break down that little bit easier. What you don't want to do is let that potato go too far, okay, that that it all just goes really mushy. And you might have seen that before with your white potato, and it all just goes a bit sloppy and you lose loads of potato. So don't let it go too far, guys. Okay, let's just push that to one side. Let's have a look at these sausages again. Come on, have a look at these sausages. You're missing the good thing, the good bit. Lovely. Beautiful. Okay. Let's then get some of this stock. Now that that's reduced down, look, you see that's gone nice and thick and reduced. Okay, let's get some of that stock into there. Okay, I've gone for 500ml. I might not use it all. Okay, I'm going to keep some of that back. Right, and that I will play with that, see what it's like for thickness. Now I'm going to go 2 tablespoons of my gravy granules. Again, I'm going to keep that out because I might want some more. Okay, if I want it thicker. So let's recap on that one. We got our onion. We fried our onion off into a little bit of butter. Okay, then we've had a little bit of beer go in there, a little bit of ale.
Mustard.
We've had some English mustard. We've had some beef stock, probably about 350ml of beef stock, and then I've just put in 2 tablespoons of Bista gravy granules. And I'm just going to let that do its thing for a minute, let it have a little bubble away, and then I'll see what I'm thinking about that consistency in a minute. Sorry. At the minute, for me, that's too watery. All right, it's not coating the back of the spoon, all right, which I want it to do. Okay, so, but however, with those granules and that, they will thicken up as that starts to bubble away, and as those granules start to dissolve, that will start to thicken. Okay, next then, let's get this potato off. Let's strain it. Let's get it back into the hot pot. Okay, so the hot pan that I'm about to take it out of, I can pop them straight back into that. This will absorb some of that water up. Okay. There you go. I'm going to turn the heat off on the top ring. Yeah, but I'm just going to let that steam away in a minute, pull some of the water out. I don't want it to be watery. Okay, so we've got our splash of cream, we've got our whole grain mustard. We need a masher. Dun, dun, dun. We've got a masher. Lovely jubbly.
Do the sausages need to go in the oven now?
The sausages don't need to go in the oven at any point, guys. The oven is on, right, in case I needed to finish them, all right? But at the minute, I'm quite happy with how they're going in this pan. So I'm just going to let them go. In fact, I'm going to put them up here so you can see what the sausages are doing. They're basically lying there and getting cooked. Like all good sausages. Okay, let's have a look at this then. Let's go with a nice big tablespoon. I must do. Let's go with a little sprinkle of pepper. And let's go with a little splash of cream. So not a great deal, it's a little splash. Milk, like I said, will suffice. Okay, now I'm just going to get that mash in. Okay, so I'm trying to work all those big lumps of potato. Okay, really work it into the corners, guys. Try and make sure you get it all. And then we're going to finish that off slightly differently. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, just whilst that's happening, I'm going to get that those green beans on. I said we'd get those going on in the last 5 minutes. We are almost in that last 5 minutes. So I'm going to turn that on to boil. Okay, then all I'm going to do with my potato is I'm going to get a whisk out. Now you could use a hand whisk, you could use a blender if you like. I just really like to finish sweet potato off in this way. Okay, so there you go, a little bit of noise coming. So I'm just going to go there. Ooh, get them in. Okay, ready? Let's get that one on. Okay, so something I can see there is that the potato is looking a little bit dry, so I'm just getting a little bit more cream into that in a minute. Another little splash. But that is really going to whip that potato up and make sure I lose any sort of lumps. No one likes seeing your old Nan's old lumpy mash, you know. Okay, I'm going to run my finger through it. Yeah, I could run a spoon for it, but I'm not going to feel if it's lumpy or not. That's feeling pretty good. However, I'm going to go just a tad more cream. Just a splash. And get that going again. Full power. Okay, work it both back one way and the other way. And beautiful. Put that one in there. Get that back. Nice whole grain sweet potato mash. Lovely. Okay, beans are on. Sausages are going away fine. Let's get rid of the masher. Let's have a look, see what we feel about our gravy. Oh, look at that, that's looking better. See how I said that if we just leave that and don't rush it, it would all come all right. Look, so coat in the back of the spoon, beautiful. Right, so it's not too thick, not too watery. I'm just going to give it a taste as well. That is lovely. Really good. Okay, so I know I don't need any more of my stock. I'm going to turn that right down now. I know I don't need it to cook too much more, so it's back down on the 2. Let's just have a little tidy up, and then we will get serving. So the last thing we're waiting for is just for those green beans to come up. So we're at what? 18:28, we're at 6:28. We'll be good to go. Food on the plate by 18:33. Tidy down. Okay, I'll salt and pepper away. I know I don't need any more of that. Let's just keep these sausages moving around.
What's the plan for the rest of the week?
What's the plan for the rest of the week? Food-wise or exercise-wise?
Both.
Both. Okay, so tomorrow we are arms and abs with dumbbells. So if you don't have dumbbells, guys, let's get those improvisations going on again. Let's get the imaginations going. Keep sending me the pictures as well. Remember, at the end of this whole period, when we can start the Nutrition Academy up again, former Naval Surgeon Commander Rob Milner donated a station, right? So all paid for. The best picture or pictures, we will select a winner at the end of this. So people improvising with care, people doing stuff with children, improvise with children if you like, and that's what we're going to do at the end of this whole kind of strange period that we're in. So that's exercise-wise. Tomorrow evening, garlic and ginger creamed leeks with a herby crust salmon.
Christian wants to know if it's time to call.
It's got to be about that time. Brody! Come and lay the table, please. This is one daily little job. Right, yeah, put my mustard back in there in a minute. So what we at? We've got 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes. Move those green beans about. Cheers to everybody. Pale ale, handcrafted ale.
Is it nice?
Yeah, it's the Sierra Nevada.
Matthew
Brewing
Bullock
Company.
says sacrilege.
Sacrilege, which bit?
The beer.
Come on, Matt. We all like a beer, especially on a day like today. You don't like a beer. It's all about balance, remember. It's all about balance. Train in the day.
I think it was more about wasting your beer in the mash, wasn't it? In the gravy.
Ah, that's what he's saying. Now I'm with him. Yes, all right, mate. Fair enough. Training in the day, drinking a couple of beers in the evening. I don't have to get up too early either, do it? I'm saying do it. There's a lot of people out there, obviously, that are still getting up and cracking on, key workers and whatnot, that we've been fortunate enough to go and see a few, get food delivered out to them last week and a few more this week. And we've got something quite interesting going on at the minute with the Plymouth Round Table guys, something that we're looking into for the homeless. So yeah, that would be pretty cool. I'll announce that if and when that should come off, but hopefully.
We've also had some really nice nominations and donations from people, haven't we, that
really cool
have sponsored meals.
Yeah, a lot of people have been ringing or messaging and just asking if they can donate ingredients, or if they could, you know, maybe they own a butcher's, maybe they own a fruit and veg place, maybe they just own their own business, or they just want to basically nominate some people and pay for their meals. So that's been really, really nice to see how much that's come on. Okay, 2 minutes. Let's get that table laid, please. 2 minutes, guys. So what I'm going to start with, I'm going to start getting this mashed potato out. Okay. Oh no, not on my plate. Okay, so I'm going to lose my big spoon. Let's just go. So, let's get that mash right in the middle of the plate.
You sound like an elephant, Brody.
Huh?
Okay,
Hello, boy.
Hello, son. How are you?
Quick then, because Dad needs those things there.
All right, I'll take a second now.
You got your pyjama top on back to front, boy.
I got marshmallows tonight.
Have you?
Where did we sleep last night?
Outside. In a den.
The luxury of sleeping in the garden. Some noisy birds as well. Right, guys. Green beans. Let's go. 1 minute out. Perfect. Clippers. I can never find the clippers. Let's just go with the fingers. It's going to be too hot. I ain't going to do the fingers. Right. So, remembering that kind of portion that I put out earlier on, I'm just going to go with a bed of those on top of my potato. There's a bed of green beans. Oh, I've lost one. Okay, I'm just going to push that down slightly. Now, going the opposite way, I'm going to place my 3 sausages. Oh, they're slippery. Don't you dare. Okay. 1, 2. God, they're hot.
Asbestos fingers.
It is much better to do stuff with your fingers. And 3. There we go. Let me just give my fingers a quick wipe off. Before then, ladle that gravy over. Okay, so finish off with a nice bit of gravy. Get deep into that so you get all the onions. Okay, and then just over the top. You've made a very basic sausage and mash dish look really cool. So 3
That looks
ladles
lovely.
of onion gravy.
Katie Mutton says, looks yum, we'll try this at the weekend.
Beautiful.
Love the
Katie.
chicken and asparagus risotto recipe. Doing that again tomorrow.
Awesome. Let's have a picture from you, Katie. It's been great seeing some people's pictures.
That was one of my
their
favourites too.
creations. Yeah, the asparagus risotto went down really. Chicken risotto went down really well. The Thai beef. Guys, I can't promise anything, obviously, because of ingredients and whatnot. But if you have suggestions of something that maybe you'd like to have cooked or would like a little bit of direction on cooking, please ping me a message and I'll see what I can do. You know, we could stand here and do soufflés and things like that, but I'm trying to do foods that people are going to be, you know, realistically eating at the minute.
And
right?
also for a whole family to eat
Whole
as well,
family
isn't
to
it?
eat. Yeah, I don't like cooking. Yes, all right, I've chucked a couple of extra chips in for Numpty Boy, but generally I like to do one meal that all of us are going to eat and go from there. Great, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow morning for the arms and abs session. Get your dumbbells out, get your bean cans out, and then tomorrow evening I'll see you back here hopefully for some salmon. Cheers.